Welcome on Special TV, here is a new report. Regarding the disassembly, the fourth tower crane. At the Ballast Nedam building site. On the Zernike campus in Groningen, the Netherlands. This newly constructed complex of the University of Groningen. It is named after Nobel Prize winner Ben Feringa. The first phase of this construction work has been completed. As the last tower crane of STK Stravers also came to be disassembled.
Special TV is a TV channel with video reports about special transport, heavy lifting, special equipment, and trucks.
Construction of the Feringa building at the Zernike complex in Groningen, the Netherlands, was carried out in accordance with expectations. The building has a duration of 260 meters and a volume of 94.000 square meters. The first phase of completion was at the point where the fourth rented tower crane from STK Stravers could also be dismantled. After that, the lifting work will be done by mobile cranes. This tower crane also had to be dismantled as a roof structure had to be constructed there. According to logistics manager Rick van der Stel, Ballast Nedam is responsible for the raw concrete construction and finishing of the impressive new building of the University of Groningen, Faculty of Natural Sciences and Engineering. Named after Nobel Prize winner Professor Ben Feringa. A logistics manager was definitely needed for this project. For logistics manager Van der Stel, the work had been even more comprehensive than what he had been hired for. The fourth tower crane had a hook height of 45 meters. Two other cranes had a hook height of 55 meters. And the highest was 60 meters. Logistics manager Rick van der Stel had still regularly been upstairs in the tower cranes. Not as a machinist, as he does not have the qualifications for that. But he was there to find out what the crane plan looked like, and if the functioning of this plan has also had an effect. Ballast Nedam, Material Service, looks at each project whether they use their own tower cranes, or, for example, hire them directly from STK Stravers as with the Feringa building. Logistics manager Rick van der Stel was not in the materials department, but consulted with them. In the tender stage, the structural engineer and the project director did calculations and looked at the range they needed. And from there, the type of tower crane was chosen via the project's drawing. Ballast Nedam also employs tower crane operators itself. In addition, they hire operators from special agencies for an indefinite period of time. STK Stravers is the supplier and lessor of tower cranes for Ballast Nedam. STK Stravers has 125 electric tower cranes in their rental fleet, of which 100 are of the Terex brand and 25 of Koeillin. The logistics manager Van der Stel had responsibility for loading and unloading the cranes. This started in the morning with a briefing with the riggers and machinists about what was planned for the day. But for special lifting tasks, the way of executing them was discussed beforehand with all concerned. The tower crane supplier has 3 operators for their mobile cranes, but not for the tower cranes. The mobile cranes are used for erection and dismantling of their tower crane fleet. For the tower cranes at Zernike complex, Ballast Nedam hired operators. It took 2 days to assemble the tower cranes that was used here. The first day was devoted to the assembly of the cranes, the second, followed by the completion and adjustment of the cranes. And finally, the TÜV inspection for the safety of the lifting equipment. The schedule for the tower and mobile cranes was made by the logistics manager. Mobile cranes were used for lifting tasks for which tower cranes were not capable or were out of range. The logistics manager must properly plan and supervise the logistics flows, and ensure that the relevant people like the porters are aware of what is coming in and where it should go, so that logistics flows remain safeguarded. According to Rick van der Stel, the best part of being a logistics manager is the challenge of a logistical puzzle, that it ends up functioning. Suppliers of tower cranes STK Stravers has its own transportation equipment in addition to tower crane equipment, including 8 trucks and 32 trailers. The tower crane 4, with the 2017 construction year, had a 45 meters boom, making it the smallest of the 4. STK Stravers also has several contacts with the manufacturers of tower cranes about the developments or adaptation of new cranes. But their recommendations have not listened to enough, according to owner Barry Stravers. The riggers hooking the loads during lifting operations, they were all certified and then in the highest class. The contractor Ballast Nedam demanded it for their construction site in Groningen. For lifting jobs with the mobile cranes, there was an opportunity for other rental companies to bid for this. 4 operators were still present at the time all tower cranes were still installed. The operator of the 4th tower crane was present during the disassembly of the crane to shut down and unplug the machine. It was great on display while the 4 tower cranes were running. But also a complicated situation, as the cranes could also join each other in the turning area. According to manager Van der Stel, every building is special to work on, but working on a building named after Professor Dr. Ben Feringa is special, especially when he himself also visited the construction site, says the logistics manager Ballast Nedam, Van der Stel.
Thank you for watching this report. I hope you liked it. There are more video reportage on the Special TV YouTube channel. If you would like to follow this channel, please subscribe. Thank you very much.